A chunk of ice the size of Delaware has broken away from Antarctica, producing one of the largest icebergs ever recorded. RT's Marina Portnaya has the story.
There's no scientific consensus that global warming caused an iceberg to break away from the Antarctic Peninsula, but there's also no denying the landscape of the region has been fundamentally changed. Scientists say the 1 trillion-ton iceberg calved away from the Larsen C ice shelf sometime between July 10th and 12th, reducing the area by more than 12%. A crack in Larsen C, stretching more than 120 miles, had been developing over several years, and researchers say the break has been expected for some time.
The rift that caused the calving has been there in all of the satellite imagery that I've seen. It was clearly well established in the 1980s, so it's been something that's been sitting there waiting to happen all that time.
Project Midas, one of the research groups monitoring the rift since 2014, says the iceberg may remain in one piece but is more likely to break into fragments.
This is a very large iceberg, not one of the largest, not the largest ever to be recorded as breaking away from Antarctica, but one of the largest certainly. It's 5,800 square kilometres in size, more than 1 trillion tonnes in weight. And as I'm sitting here in Wales, I want to say it's more than a quarter of the size of the country of Wales.
The iceberg, which is reportedly likely to be named A68, was already floating before it broke away, and scientists say it's not expected to have an immediate impact on sea levels. The Larsen A and B ice shelves, which were situated further north on the Antarctic Peninsula, collapsed in 1995 and 2002, respectively. While some climate scientists believe the Larsen C shelf collapse is a result of global warming, others dispute that thesis, noting that icebergs have been breaking away for millions of years. However, both camps agree the breakup of ice shelves in the peninsula region may be a preview of what's to come as the world continues heating up from human activity. However, a problem in the world's coldest region is being presented as a solution for one of the world's hottest territories. A firm in Abu Dhabi wants to tow icebergs from Antarctica to the United Arab Emirates to solve the country's fresh water shortage. In a promotional animation released by the firm, a giant flat-topped iceberg is towed into the Persian Gulf, bearing penguins and polar bears. According to reports, an iceberg holding 20 billion gallons of fresh water could meet the needs of 1 million people for 5 years. But hauling the massive chunk of ice across 10,000 kilometers, according to experts, could cost around $75,000 per day and take up to 1 year. According to reports, the UAE's groundwater supplies are predicted to run dry within 15 years, at which point more icebergs may be floating in the Antarctic Peninsula. Marina Portnaya, RT.